Well, what do we have here? Ian Machado Garry has pulled out of his fight at UFC 296 against Vicente Luque, and that fight is off the card. There will be no replacement. Very unfortunate and a big hit to UFC 296. What can we say about this? Ian Garry, it's out of all the people on this card, just for him to pull out is so shocking. It's so crazy out of nowhere that a guy with no news or nothing going on in the media or no negative public attention around him would dare pull out. It's so unfortunate. So the cause for this obviously must be sickness. There's no chance he would pull out to anything else because what's been said about this guy? It's all been positive talk around Ian Garry. So he must just be sick. It's really unfortunate for him. I wish him well. I hope he gets back in there. I hope he feels better soon. And guys, wish him the best. The public support around Ian Garry, it's been positive, but let's keep it going. Make it even more positive, and let's support this guy in his return back to the octagon. Obviously, I'm fucking kidding. Everyone hates this guy. But, yeah, he's out of his fight against Vicente Luque. Do you reckon he was sick? Let me know in the comments. Do you really believe that Ian Garry pulled out due to the pneumonia and the flu that was so bestowed upon him, as said by doctors? Apparently, Dr. Dana has told us that was the cause of the pullout. But do we believe it? Do we buy it? Do we buy that a guy that was just getting absolutely verbally abused for the last 2 weeks, maybe even more, 2 or 3 weeks, and that was most certainly going to get absolutely verbally assaulted at the press conference? Do we really believe that he pulled out due to sickness? I'm not sure. Maybe he did. Maybe that vegan diet of his weakened his immune system. It's well known that when you're on a vegan diet, you don't get the nutrients that your body requires. Your immune system's a bit weaker, probably not able to fight off all those common colds that the normal people can, that eat meat and, drink milk and instead of eating tofu. It is what it is, Me personally, I've never got pneumonia. It's just not something that happened to me. I guess I'm not a vegan. I don't know. It is what it is. I'm not a medical expert, but that would be a leading guess to mine. My other leading guess with my medical expertise would be that Ian Garry's got a severe case of shitting himself, and he just does not want the smoke at the press conference. I'm sure he'd love to show up on fight day, but I think he can't escape all the negative public attention that would exist around him if he skips the press conference. So you might as well even pull out before the press conference happens. There we go. That's what it is. Because if he skipped it and then pulled out as well, then it would be even worse. But he missed media day. Everyone was like, oh, he's just full shit in the bed. He's not. He doesn't want any of it. He's not going to show up to the press conference. And then Layla, his wag wife, and Layla's and the nutritionist and his manager said that Ian Garry's got every intention of showing up to the press conference. Well, I guess he's got every intention of fucking laying in a hospital bed for the next week. Because he's out. It is what it is. It's tough, it's a great, all jokes aside, it was a great fight. I was looking forward to it a lot. Not only for the press conference, but it would have been a great scrap too, and I was intrigued to see if Garry was going to dominate Luque or if he could have maybe got caught and KO'd. But now he's out. I'm going to give you guys the official statement from Dana, or the official verbal note. So here it is.
All right, guys, I know it's out there. There's some speculation that Ian Garry and Luque is off. It is true. It is. Ian Garry started with the flu that turned into pneumonia. So that fight is off and is not happening. It is true.
Unfortunate. So that's the official statement from Daddy Dana, from Mr. Dana White. He said it's off. I do think Dana probably likes Ian Garry, so I wouldn't say that he would. Look, all jokes aside, he probably is sick. Let's be honest. Although it would be a very Ian Garry thing to do to pull out of a fight so you miss the press conference and you miss your fucking verbal abuse that you were going to cop. I was going to make a video about saying Ian Garry's fumbles during fight week is folded like a lawn chair, and this is what he needs to do at the press conference. But MMA Guru beat me to that video because I was at work. But MMA Guru beat me to that video about what Ian Garry needs to do. But turns out it's gone to waste because all he can do now is hopefully get back in the cage soon. Maybe get on that Canada card. He's very soy. The Canadians, I'm sure, would be a big fan of Ian Garry. I'm sure they're taking the wife's last names. I think they're very big on over there, I'd imagine. But maybe that's even too soy for Canada. What place is there on earth that unanimously accepts that as a normal thing to do? What am I even talking about here anymore? But yeah, fucking hell. Ian Garry's pulled out. But yeah, I was going to make a video. I was going to say, like, this guy's missing all the embeddeds. He's skipped media day. He's losing out on all the hype and attention that he could be getting. He could be going full heel and just chatting mad shit. Just be with his wife on embedded, just giving her a hug, giving her a kiss on embedded, and he just stick it to everyone. And the comments would be going crazy. The views on that, if he got an embedded video, would be going crazy. So I did think he was trying to lay low. I thought he was trying to kind of turn the attention away from himself and just try and make everyone forget. But we all had it in the back of our minds. We're like, nah, mate, if you fucking show up to that press conference, you're going to get fucking verbally assaulted. But he's managed to skip out on that. He skipped out on media day too. Chael made the video earlier in the day, and I was like, nah, there's no way it's true. I'm not buying anything from Chael. There were like rumours going around, but I'm like, I'm not believing it till I hear it properly from a confirmed source. And Dana's done that job, I would imagine. I'd say we got to call Dana a pretty reliable source here. So I'd imagine Ian Garry is in fact out. And Big Marcel on Twitter has reported that there will be no replacement, which is unfortunate because they really could have got someone. Like, Holland offered to step up at a catch weight and say, let's go 180. Holland's the guy, like, he's the perfect guy for this. Holland's the guy that the UFC know they can call and get a short notice fight out of. So I don't know why they didn't do this, but it is what it is, man. I also wanted to talk about, before I do that, let's just go to Ian Garry's one statement that he has actually made, which is to the worm himself, Ariel Helwani, perhaps the second or equal most hated person in the MMA world. But here it is. So, I'm going to read this. I have pneumonia, or pneumonia, I can't speak. They tried everything to help me. In the end, the UFC doctor said there's no chance I can fight. The UFC doctor made the call. This annoys me more than anyone. I want to fight. It's my favourite thing to do. Yeah, that's what he said. I don't buy it. I think he's fucking shat himself, and I think he bitched it. And I don't think he wanted the heat at the press conference, because I do believe that if he went into that fight, I think he was thinking, like, I am really not in a good... I don't think Ian Garry was in a good mental place at all going into this fight week. He released this kind of fucking shitty, dumb promo video saying that all the haters are going to hate and stuff. He was going to do all this shit, but it is what it is now. He's out. But I think he was kind of in the back of his mind, he was really having doubts, and he's like, I'm going to get assaulted at this press conference, I'm going to get roasted to oblivion, and that's going to really play on my mind. And he probably knew that he could just sit there and he could try what I wanted him to do. What I was going to talk about was go full heel and just fucking piss everyone off, and that's what MMA Guru said in his video, which he was able to make before me. But so I can't really make that video anymore because he's not showing up. Nah, fuck it, wheel him out there, he can go to that press conference anyway. But I was going to say that, but then I was like, what I thought he was going to do was just kind of sit down, shut up, and think about what you've done. That's what I thought he was going to do. I thought he was going to just sit there and try and, like, divert any, like, questions from him and just, like, answer shitty, not try and aggravate anyone, just not engage in the trash talk at all. And that would have ended up playing on his mental side, because normally you want Ian Garry in his mind. He thinks he's an alpha. He's a little soy boy that's got a case of thinks he's the big man in the room syndrome. And if guys chatting shit to him, he needs to tell him to sit down, shut up, and think about what you're doing. And don't talk until this press conference is over. Go fuck me wife. Like, that's what Ian Garry's normally saying. Whenever anyone tries to mouth at the press conference, he's shutting them down. But I don't think with the amount of people we had, Tony, we had Paddy, Leon, Colby, like, I don't think he was going to get a fucking word into that press conference. So I think he's like, fuck this, I'm just going to try and not take this smoke and fucking dip out of this whole situation. So it would not surprise me. Look, if he's sick, if he is actually really sick, then that's different. But I feel like guys have fought sick, guys have fought with staph. Like, come on, just fucking get in there, have a scrap, mate. He should beat Luque anyway. It's not like he would knock you out. Oh, wait, he probably would. But it is what it is. That's what we've got for me and Gary. But this is what I was going to talk about. I'm going to kind of stretch this out a little bit because I fucking want to make longer than a fucking 5-minute video. But let me go to Ian Garry's Instagram. What's he said? Has he said anything else? No, but this is just the promo. I want to play this. I'm gonna just get the sound, but here's Ian Garry. See, I thought I was gonna make a video saying like Ian Garry, like some, I don't know. I was gonna like Ian Garry's fumbled fight week, and I was gonna talk about how he releases the big promo saying he's gonna defy all the haters, and they're all just hating because you're hating because you ain't him. And then he bitched the whole shit. Didn't show on him better. Didn't show on media day. So I was gonna make a video on that, but here's the promo regardless. It's just the sound.
They hate the way you walk. They hate the way you talk. They said you're just the McGregor fanboy.
He is.
But you never reached the top 10. They hate your wife. They hate your family.
Yep.
And they even hate the food you eat.
Yeah, you're a soy boy.
They said you're just a hype train. That you get kicked out of every gym.
I mean, you do.
They hate that everyone is talking about you. They hate
Not
that your
good.
brand is booming. That you have cameras on you all the time. They hate that you're interesting, you're entertaining, and they really hate that you're undefeated. They hate the way you run things your way. They hate the way you win, and win some more. And they hate that on December 16th, they'll all be watching you win again.
Yeah, it doesn't look like we're going to be watching you win on December 16th anymore, buddy. But all I was going to really say with that video, like, they hate that. They say you're a McGregor fanboy, you are. They hate your family, they hate your wife, well, your wife's a fucking scum of the earth kind of individual. They hate the way you eat. I mean, well, I don't hate the way you eat. If you want to fucking be a soy boy, then that's fine. If you want your wife's ex as your nutritionist feeding you tofu, then that's all good by me, my friend. But it is what it is. Ian Garry, tough situation for him. I'd like to see him back in there. Chuck him on MMA Gods, please. Put him on UFC 297 next month. He should be fine by then. There's no way he's going to get sick twice. It's not like he could get sick and avoid 2 press conferences where he's going to get roasted. No way that could happen. So I say you chuck him on 297. Chuck him on the Strickland vs. Duplessis card because let's be real, no one gives a fuck about Bueno Silva vs. Pennington. So that card's got like a few interesting fights on there. But if you got Ian Garry vs. Luque on then just rebooked it, or Ian Garry vs. someone else, like maybe even Jeff Neal, Sean Beatty, any of that, chuck that on there and bang, you've got another amazing fight on UFC 297 because there is a chance that Alexander Rakic might be off that card. He was going to fight Blachowicz, which would have been a great fight, but if they missed out on the card and they can't have another fight on there, then that main card, it's not bad, but it's like you'd like another big star power on there. And imagine Strickland and Garry on the same press conference. You already know Strickland ain't taking that fight. But regardless, it is what it is. Ian Garry out of the fight with Vicente Luque. Holland offered to step in, but I don't think they're doing that. I think they just say, fuck it. Mitchell vs. Emmett's going to get elevated to the main card. So you're going to see Bryce Mitchell on the press conference, which I guess that adds something. You can add something there. So it's not like it's not like we're getting fucking Irene Aldana vs. Carol Hoster on the press conference. Like that would just be fucking terrible. But Ian Garry's out. I think he's bitched it. Anything else? Because there were some other like tweets and shit that fuck, that's the wrong thing. There were some other tweets I wanted to kind of go over here. Or like other things that were said during fight week. Because it really seems like he was going to say fuck you and just double down. And just like tell everyone to piss off. Because I'm trying to think. What else do we have? Because there was something like, I'm just going to try and find it maybe on Twitter, because there was other shit that you were saying during the week. So, like I remember someone was like, Ian Garry is reportedly going to miss the press conference, and he's like, oh, well, should I return the shoes that I bought for the press conference then? So he was trying to tell people that he was going to go, and now he's fully, he hasn't lived up to that promise. So it's unfortunate for Ian Garry. There's a bunch of memes coming out of this. It's incredible stuff. Oh, I can't find any of them, fuck it. But yeah, it seemed like he was going to come in. He said, like, get your popcorn ready. He sent, like, a voice... Oh, okay, I want to find this, because there was a voice note somewhere. There was a voice note here. Oh, wait, what the fuck? Is that the right account? No, it's not, fuck's sake. Oh, I thought we were getting Hollands, because I just saw a post, but it's the wrong account, so that's unfortunate. But let me just try and find this, because there was a tweet or something where It doesn't matter, who gives a fuck, because he said, like, tune in, get your popcorn, because someone's like, you're going to miss the press conference, and then he sent, like, a voice note saying, like, tune in, get your popcorn ready, I'm going to fucking show up, and I'm going to sit in a corner. But yeah, Ian Garry's out. I've rambled on for too long now. He's out. He's probably bitched it. I don't know if he's sick or not. Who gives a fuck? But yeah, unfortunate. I was missed out on making my video of just roasting Ian Garry in a different way. But I still make the video because, you know, fuck it. We get shit done on the Left Lane channel over here. But videos out coming soon. I'll probably do a press conference reaction tomorrow. Even though Gary's not on there, I'll still probably do one. And then I'm going to get the best bets video for 296 out at some time. And then I'm probably going to do a press conference reaction for the Sean Strickland one, where there's going to be like Strickland, Volk, O'Malley, all of that. Because I imagine there'd be some interesting shit coming out of that one. So I'll see what happens, but I'll try and get a bunch of videos out. And then obviously 296 recap will be out on Sunday. But peace out, everybody. See ya.